Right now, you could do something no other animal on Earth can do. You could reach out, flick your thumb, and create fire. A lighter, a match, a stove. You do it without thinking. You hold a tiny flame in your fingers like it's nothing. But stop and look at what you're really holding. You are holding the single most terrifying thing in all of nature. The one force that every wild animal on the planet runs from. A lion will flee it. A bear will flee it. A wolf will flee it. But you carry it in your pocket. You command it. You cook with it. You fall asleep next to it. Most people think that's normal. It is the strangest thing our species has ever done. And by the end of this, you'll realize the reason animals fear fire is really the reason they fear you. Let's start with a simple question. Why is every animal so terrified of fire? Think about it. A massive elephant 10 times the size of a human will panic and run from a small flame. A grizzly bear that fears nothing will turn and flee. Fire is the great equalizer. It doesn't matter how big you are, how strong, how many claws you have. To a wild animal, fire means one thing: death, and their fear is ancient. For millions of years, wildfires swept across the land. A spark of lightning could turn a forest into an inferno in minutes. Animals that stayed and watched the pretty orange light died. Animals that ran the instant they smelled smoke survived. So fear of fire got burned into their instincts. Generation after generation, the calm ones died. The terrified ones lived. It's the same pattern that decides who survives in the wild. Today, every animal carries that terror in its blood. A puppy that has never seen fire will still flinch from it. It was never taught. It just knows. Run. So here's the real question. If fire is the ultimate terror, why aren't we afraid of it too? This is where everything changes, because once we were afraid. For most of our history, your ancestors were just like every other animal. They saw fire and they ran. Picture it. You're an early human millions of years ago. A storm rolls in, lightning splits a tree, the grass erupts into flame, and you do what every creature does. You flee in terror, but then, somewhere in the deep past, one of your ancestors did something insane. Instead of running from the fire, they walked toward it. Nobody knows exactly who, or exactly when, but we have the proof of where it led. In a place called Wonderwerk Cave in South Africa, scientists found something incredible: burned bits of bone and ash, deep inside a cave where no wildfire could ever reach. A researcher named Francesco Berna studied it in 2012, and the date was staggering: 1 million years ago. A million years ago, a human ancestor was sitting in a cave with a controlled fire. This wasn't an animal running from flames. This was an animal that had caught them, tamed them, and that single act changed the fate of our entire species. But here's what's fascinating. The first thing fire gave us wasn't cooking. It wasn't warmth. It was safety. To understand why, you have to imagine the world before fire. Night was a death sentence. When the sun went down, the world belonged to predators. Lions, hyenas, giant cats with eyes built for the dark. And your ancestors? Nearly blind in the night, slow, soft. So imagine you are there, the sun is setting, you can hear them moving in the grass, circling. You have no walls, no weapons that matter. All you can do is huddle together and pray for morning. For millions of years, that was every single night. Pure terror in the dark, and then came the fire. Suddenly, in the middle of all that blackness, there was a circle of light. A wall of flame that nothing would cross. The lions would come close. They'd see the fire, and they'd stop, because they were terrified of it. For the first time in history, humans could sleep. Actually, sleep. On the ground. In the open, while the most dangerous predators on Earth paced just beyond the light, too afraid to come closer. Think about that. Fire was our first weapon. Not a spear, not an axe, a campfire. It was the first thing that made predators fear us instead of the other way around. And it worked because of a simple, brutal truth. We had the one thing they could never have. We controlled the fear itself, but that's only the beginning of what fire did to us. Because the next thing it changed was your body. Yes, your body. Right now. Here's the question almost nobody asks. Why do humans cook their food? No other animal cooks. A lion eats its meat raw. A monkey eats fruit straight off the tree. But you can barely eat a raw potato. Your whole body now depends on cooked food. And that's not an accident. A scientist named Richard Wrangham spent years studying this. In 2009, he published a famous idea. He called it the cooking hypothesis. And it might be the reason you can think at all. Here's how it works. Raw food is hard to digest. A gorilla has to eat for 8 hours a day just to survive. Its huge gut is basically a giant fermentation tank working nonstop. But cooking changes everything. Cooking is like digesting food before you even eat it. Heat breaks down the meat. It softens the plants. Suddenly, you can unlock way more energy from the same meal. And that flood of extra energy had to go somewhere. It went to the most expensive organ in your body, your brain. Your brain is a monster. It burns about a fifth of all your energy. A raw food diet could never have fed it, but cooked food could. So, as our ancestors cooked, their guts shrank and their brains exploded in size. Fire didn't just keep us safe, fire literally built the human mind. The thoughts you're thinking right now were paid for by a flame a million years ago. But here's where it gets even stranger. Because fire didn't only change our bodies, it changed who we became as people. Think about what a fire actually does at night. It pushes back the darkness. Before fire, when the sun set, the day was simply over. There was nothing to do but sleep. But the campfire created something brand new. Extra hours. A glowing pocket of time after dark. So what did our ancestors do with it? A researcher named Polly Wiesner wanted to know. In 2014, she studied a group of modern hunter-gatherers, the Juhonsi people. She listened to what they talked about by day and what they talked about by firelight. The difference stunned her. During the day, the talk was practical, boring, complaints, work, plans. But at night, around the fire, everything changed. The conversations turned to stories, myths, legends, adventures, people who weren't there. The firelight was where imagination was born. It was the first storytelling, the first culture, the first dreaming together. Your love of stories, movies, late-night talks with friends. It all traces back to that circle of light in the dark. Fire didn't just feed our brains, it gave them somewhere to play. So let's go back to the big question. If fire did all of this for us, why didn't other animals catch it too? Millions of years have passed. Why is there no clever lion tending a flame? No chimpanzee roasting its food? This is the part that should give you chills. Because controlling fire is almost impossible. You have to overcome the deepest instinct an animal has. The instinct to run. Every fiber of a creature's body screams, "Flee," when it sees flames. To control fire, you must walk toward the thing every cell of you fears. You must pick it up, feed it, carry it, keep it alive without letting it kill you. It requires patience, planning, and a mind that can imagine the future. It requires understanding that this terrifying thing can be a tool. No other animal ever crossed that line. They were all too afraid. Only one creature on Earth ever conquered the fear of fire. You. And the moment we did, we stopped being prey. We became something the whole world had to fear. Imagine being another animal back then. For your entire existence, the only thing that could wipe out a whole herd in seconds was fire. It was the face of death itself, and then you see it. A creature, walking upright, carrying that death in its hands, spreading it wherever it goes. To every other animal, early humans didn't just use a weapon. We had captured the apocalypse and made it our pet. We became the monster that holds the fire. And that terror never left them. It's why a campfire still keeps wild animals away from your tent today. It's why a single torch can hold back a pack of wolves. The fear they feel isn't really about the flames. It's about what the flames mean. That a human is near, so think about what's really happening the next time you light a candle, or turn on your stove, or sit around a fire with friends, feeling perfectly safe. You are doing the one thing that separated us from every other living creature. You are holding the power that killed our predators, that cooked our food and grew our brains, that gave us stories and safety and the night itself. Every animal on Earth runs from this force, and you treat it like a toy. That's not normal. That is the single greatest act of rebellion in the history of life. One animal looked at the most feared thing in nature, and instead of running, it reached out and grabbed it. And it never let go. For millions of years, we trembled in the dark, waiting to be eaten. Then we picked up the fire, and the dark has been afraid of us ever since. So the next time a flame flickers in front of you, look at it closely. That little light in your hands is the reason you exist. It's the reason you can think these very thoughts. And it's the reason that somewhere out in the wild tonight, every animal is keeping its distance. Not from the fire, from you.